Oh, streaming wasn't on. No, recording was the only. Oh, somebody you clicked the start virtual camera down below.
Oh,
You were one below. Now we're up and running.
It.
Now we're up and running. Yeah, it's the glare is hard. The everything.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We've been still having technical difficulties with it. I don't know what's wrong with our OBS. Everything is just hot where we're at. We took it inside and set it in an air conditioner and tried to rework the software, but still had glitches in it that we weren't able to take care of. It's just been another one of those unfortunate days. We've had such a good season all year long, and without hardly any technical difficulties.
Switcher won't work at all. I can't even. The switcher doesn't even switch when I switch it.
All right, so we apologize for what we're seeing. It looks like the camera may have froze up. This is hit high to right. Schrader underneath it. He'll make the catch for out number 3. Raiders get no runs on no hits, and they leave one after one half. We're scoreless. Here in Hayes, due up for the Rangers in the first, and it's frozen. All right, just X out of OBS again and bring it in, start the stream over. Hey, did you redo it?
It's on. Yeah. It's streaming's up and running. Is it still locked?
Looks like it's going now.
All
right. Well, welcome back. I think we're back on for now. So no promises, folks, but we're doing our best, and we do apologize for the inconvenience of this. We're trying to keep things in shadow here, but that laptop is not liking the heat. Blake Gonzalez on the mound. The Raiders went scoreless in the first inning. They stranded one. So far in the bottom half of the inning, Blake Allen led off, and he flew out to right. P.K. Miller, it was Miller, right?
Miller, correct.
Miller at the plate has a 2-strike count on him. And that's where we're at. We're scoreless so far. And again, our most sincere apologies.
Do have Mason Gonzalez on the bump here for your Rouse Raiders. So Great to see him out there. Coach changing things up a little bit with the win in game one.
Colby Driscoll behind the plate. Andrew Sanchez at first. Christian Caro at second. Scott Knight at third. Jacob Solis at short. Adrian Graves in left. Connor Thompson in center. And Adolfo Arribas in right. That pitch high and outside for ball 2, and that will even things up at 2.
So, folks, just curious, are you seeing a good full view of the camera of the field at home? I mean, what we're seeing here should be indicative of what they're seeing, correct?
According on my phone, we've got the full screen. Another high towering fly ball to right. Adolfo Arribas will make the play for out number 2.
2 really, really great hustle plays from Adolfo Arribas here in the first inning. After recording an error in game one's first inning, you know, he's definitely made up for it here, getting these 2 runs in foul territory that were, I mean, he's traveled a lot of ground.
So probably what's going to happen once we finish our broadcast day, we'll have to actually uninstall and reinstall our software. First pitch to Bryce Wells outside for ball 1.
I'm still going to cover everything at least with a towel and try to salvage as much of this heat as we can.
Gonzalez from the stretch. The pitch, that's high for ball 2.
Ball 1, they called the first one a strike.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there we go.
1-1. 1-1 with 2 outs.
That pitch down the middle for strike 2. I'll take count 1 and 2. Nobody on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Aiden Verrett on deck. Verrett, the pitcher. This is on the handle of the bat. Caro to it. The throw
couldn't get it.
Will not be able to get there in time, so that will be an infield single for Wells.
Yeah, just a little blooper off the end of the bat, but it had enough spin on it that even though Christian Caro was able to get there, the ball was bouncing away from him and didn't allow him to get a glove or a ball out of his glove and over to Andrew Sanchez. Of course, Andrew Sanchez starting here at first base with Mason Gonzalez coming in to pitch, something that we thought we'd see a lot more this year of, but again, when you had a 1-2 Jack Doss followed by a Carter May, it just really didn't allow for it to happen very often.
That pitch down and away for a ball. So our camera is actually away from us. We can try to get to that to avoid the rail, but unfortunately we've got it sitting where fans are kind of sitting. So if they bump it, it kind of moves things a little bit. That pitch, not sure where that missed, but
right over the middle of the plate is where it missed.
2-0 the count to Verrett. Cooper Gibson on deck.
And those at home, we do get a rotation. So same 4 umpires are out here, but the umpire that's
fastball down the middle for a strike.
The umpire that was on the first baseline during game 1 has now rotated to behind the plate. The behind the plate umpire has gone to third, so on and so forth around the diamond. And then game 3, if necessary, we'll see the first base.
Wow.
And again, a great pitch there, not called for a strike, framed nicely by Colby Driscoll, waiting to see if that was going to alter the decision of the home plate umpire, but sticking to his guns and calling that a ball.
He'll draw the walk. Runners at first and second for Cooper Gibson.
And that is that Wells?
Courtesy runner. No, that is Verrett.
Oh, that's pitcher. Sorry,
that's
Verrett.
Pitcher.
And 29 is what that looked like?
19? 29.
29.
Right.
And 29 is Gunnar Sjoquist. Gunnar Showquist is your pinch or courtesy runner, for Verrett.
Wow, man, I'm not sure where it's missing. This umpire is really squeezing hard. That pitch high for ball 2. Thank you, sir. 2-0 the count.
Again, just an absolutely beautiful day, just crystal clear blue skies and breeze still blowing in from the left center field.
That pitch in for a strike. It's hard to say anything anymore because he hasn't been.
Yeah, you gotta wait until the call comes because we have no way of knowing what he's going to call from pitch to pitch.
That pitch in for a strike. Two the count. Deuce is wild for Gibson. That pitch down and away for ball 3. Count works full. Dalton Holbrook checking in. Blake Gonzalez, Gonzo shove all day.
Little Gonzo calling in for Big Gonzo on the
Nona
bump.
says one more Gonzo. Driscoll calls time. He heads out to talk to Gonzalez, and umpire.
Yeah, how do you like that? Little Gonzo chiming in on the chat for Big Gonzo on the rubber today, man. Love to see that brotherly love from Little Gonzo.
Andrew Langsford on deck. The payoff pitch. That's down the middle. This is going to fall in for a hit, and that will score 1 run.
Great piece of running there is the recognition that ball was going to get down. Granted, it's 2 outs, so if it doesn't get down, it's an out, and he's running all the way, taking off to get the first run across here for the first inning.
Andrew Langsford will stand in for his first appearance this afternoon in this game 2. That pitch, a called strike on the outside corner. Langsford designated hitting for the first baseman, Gavin Parker. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 on with 2 out here in the top of the first. Bottom of the first.
Great full circle moment. So Blake Gonzalez getting his game 2 start in the bi-district round, but that came in his sophomore year against New Braunfels Canyon on the road. And
Blake says, chill, Kaspar. He ain't bigger.
And again, a great pitch there, just called outside for a ball. And
Coach Mann saying, let's go Raiders. The 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3.
Sets him down.
And Gonzalez works out of the inning. They get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 1. After 1 complete, it's 1-0 Smithson Valley. On to the second we go. Due up for the Raiders, Thompson, Rivas, and Sanchez.
Yeah, Rivas did a great job.
My headset sounds like I'm in an echo chamber.
Does it? I mean,
yeah. I guess it's just this equipment. I don't know. Being in the heat.
Is that better?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, it's just
defensively. Let me go over to defense right quick,
yep.
Johnson. Defensively for Smithson Valley. On the mound, number 34, Aiden Verrett. Behind the plate, number 36, Bryce Wells. At first base, number 17, Gavin Parker. At second base, number 26, Justin Fuschella. At third base, number 9, Cooper Gibson. At short, number 3, Blake Allen. And left, number 5, Trey Morgan. In center, number 12, P.K. Miller. And in right field, number 31, Luke Schrader.
Schrader with an A, not Schroeder.
Okay.
Yep.
I got it. You and the PA guy.
Schrader, Verrett, Fruscella, like an SCH, Fruscella.
That's the way I've been saying.
And Miller. Well, yeah, but we both did the Fruscella and the Verrett.
No, it's just kidding.
And Miller, Verrett, and Fruscella, we've been the same. It was Schroeder. I'd have said Schroeder, but it's Schrader. So it is Schrader. All right, see if we can get the bats fired up here with Connor Thompson starting us off here in the top of the second.
Adolfo Arribas on deck. Verrett, the left-handed hurler for Smithson Valley. He deals downhill for strike.
Yeah, lefty versus lefty on the bump, with Mason Gonzalez going against Verrett.
That pitch outside for ball one. Breaking ball misses for ball two.
We did get an update. So earlier, Liberty Hill did take care of Piper winning in straight games to advance to the area round.
This is fouled back and out of play for strike two.
Bernie Champion doing the same against Cedar Park, winning in straight games to advance to the area round. Glenn got New Braunfels Canyon up to extra innings and then ended up falling 8-7 as the final, and they're starting their game two right now as well.
The 2-2 pitch, that's inside for ball three, and the count works full.
Even though we all had turf fields to stay away, not have the rain really affect us, the lightning and weather in the area over the last couple of days has created the same scenario for Glenn and ourselves.
The payoff pitch. This is hit out to right center or left center, and
they got a guy.
Miller is going to get there to make the catch.
Yeah, he is. Great shot there, keeping it nice and low out of the wind, but
that looked like it was going to be a gapper, and Miller got there.
Connor Thompson hitting to his counterpart there in center field for Smithson Valley.
That'll bring up Arribas.
And I did understand
take for a ball.
Seguin did sweep South San Antonio, so Seguin here scouting right now.
South San Antonio was here for the first game.
Okay. So winner of this series will go and play against Seguin.
Pitch outside for ball two.
Of course, that was a pitch that was seen called strike pretty regularly in the game one, that outside pitch there to a lefty.
The 2-0. This is fouled back and out of play for strike one.
Stay away from us, bro. Come on. Hey. Ooh, he's going underneath there.
Nice little wasp, like a little Jonathan.
We're right next to his.
The 2-1, a swing and a miss for strike two.
Did you see that? He went right up underneath there.
I see that. Stick your fingers up there.
No, sirree, Bob. I'm not allergic to him, but no thank you on getting stung. That doesn't feel too good.
The 2-2, that's high for ball three.
He tried to sneak in a breaking pitch there. Just didn't quite get it low enough into the zone to get the call. As look at him, he's reset. It's like, oh, I thought I had him on that one. Good looking pitch though from the big lefty, Verrett.
That pitch catches him looking,
and he has not been calling that at all. He didn't call it the last time it was thrown.
2 away for Andrew Sanchez.
Of course, Verrett was the first baseman in game one and We talked about that collision that was just narrowly avoided between Andrew Sanchez and him.
That pitch in for a strike.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter there. Yeah, Verrett easily standing about 6'4", probably 240, 250. It's a big kid.
The 0-1. This is hit out to right. Trey Morgan in on it. He makes the catch. And the Raiders go in order in the second. On to the bottom we go. Due up for Smithson Valley. Trey Morgan, Luke Schrader, and Justin Fruscella. Again, we would like to thank everybody for tuning in and watching playoff baseball here on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. Jonathan got his Michael Jackson. Fortunately, he didn't do a moonwalk. I hate to tell you, Jonathan, that was not a Michael Jackson.
All you got to do is just, a little hip thrust,
Well, if you're Michael Jackson, you got to do the crotch grab.
I was keeping this G-rated broadcast, and
that's relatively.
That's all you got to do to be, and put the hand out to the side.
Please, I don't need to see you. Oh, Blake Gonzalez back out on the mound to pitch the Ranger second.
So I did get a little insight as I was waiting for the roster to be filled out for Game 2, waiting on Ben to get everything filled out.
Throws us behind because Coach Crempine does not get in a hurry when he's making out his roster.
0. And of course, then Ben's got to go
us behind because we got to do our books. Yep. And Trey Morgan had a great day at the plate in Game 1.
3 for 3 with a walk, right?
Yeah. That is hit to Solis at short, throw to first in time, and that will retire Trey Morgan for out number 1.
Not this time, he says.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little hungry, Jonathan. Nona, close your ears because I didn't get a chance to get anything to eat in between the games, so I know you'll hear me complain about getting hungry. Be like, what are we going to do? Well, you're going to your dad's after this.
Yeah, I want to have a full
we rode
empty
down here
stomach
together, but I'm driving back solo.
Yeah,
Luke Schrader stands in. Lefty-lefty matchup. This is hit out to left center. Connor Thompson on his horse. He gets there and makes the catch for out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love that. Yeah, we got quite a few things we're going to be celebrating this evening at my brother's house. And my father's birthday was earlier this week. And then my daughter's birthday today and our anniversary with my wife of 22 years.
Justin Fruscella standing in. Blake Allen on deck. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1.
And again, that almost looks a bit high, but, definitely, looks great to me, but you never know right now.
Foul tip into the glove for strike 2.
Again, all we ask is consistency. If you're going to call it one direction, let's keep it that way. If the ball is going to be outside, let it be outside every time, right? No wishy-washy stuff. And, obviously.
The 0-2 pitch, that's down and away for ball 1.
Yeah, a little outside on that one. Fraction of an inch here or there makes a difference. And I understand that, but. Now it's got me looking over here before I end up putting my fingers anywhere close to this rail.
1-2, that is fouled off.
He may have found a cubby actually under and around. He may be like in that wall. Ain't no telling what's in there.
The 1-2, this is lifted high to left. Adrian Graves comes in on it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it as the Rangers go in order in the second. On to the third we go. Rangers still leading this one 1-0 over the Rouse Raiders. Due up for the Raiders in the third. Colby Driscoll, Scott Knight, and Adrian Graves. That is your 8, 9, and 1 hitters. And Nona says, I think they should feed you both.
Hey, we did get fed this week there, Nona.
Oh, we did. They invited
Wednesday
us
night
to the annual baseball banquet.
So, yeah, and they did. Just great barbecue and great camaraderie. We were at the special guests table and
special guests
got a little recognition, and of course, the sign out on the entire night was done by Mr. Michael Francis, who got up there and thanked everybody for the recognition of his wife and her loss.
Every time these boys step up to the plate, we can see the ribbon decal on the back of their helmet with my wife's initials on there after she passed in January 6th. And they dedicated this season in her memory. And I was letting them know how much of an honor that was to me, and that they could not bestow a greater honor.
And then we got the best finish to the evening, as only Michael Francis can do it.
I know I hadn't even said it for this game yet.
No, because we haven't been able to. Everything's been so messed up.
Battling tech.
We haven't got to show everybody our lean in to the broadcast.
For a strike, right. So
the new A to Z playoff.
It says hit over to first. Parker has it. He'll step on the bag, and that will retire Driscoll for out number 1. That'll be 3U on the putout.
Yeah, A to Z always does Sonny over at A to Z always does an awesome job at giving us our little video.
We were able to do it in game 1. We weren't able to do it in this game because they started so quickly and we were behind because Coach Crimpine was slow in getting us the lineup. Verrett will deal inside. That pitch called a strike to Scott Knight. That's interesting. That pitch was low.
I know it hadn't called. Low inside, everything, and just.
I hate to say it, Jonathan. I think this guy might be worse than the first.
Well,
the 0-1. Now that's
he can't do that. He can't do both. And that's the thing that just blows my mind is
he can.
You can't give him outside and inside, both off the plate. You got to go one way or the other. I'm saying it,
Adrian Graves on deck. That pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
You get 2 to 3 inches off each side of the plate, and that creates a 2-foot wide strike zone,
The 1-2 pitch. That's low for ball 2. That will even it up.
And again, these boys have played so much baseball in their life that at this point that they understand what is and is not a strike, and they're not going to be swinging it something that's not right, But it's all a matter of adjustments.
Verrett from the windup, the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 away for Adrian Graves as he comes to the plate. He's 0 for 0. He reached on an error by the third baseman. We have Colton Mott on deck.
And a hit for Christian Caro. And that was what I was hearing from Coach.
That pitch misses for ball 1.
This game 2, having a 1-0 lead in the series gives him an opportunity to see some other guys. And
the 1-0 pitch, this is fouled back.
Get some of these call-ups that have been JV guys all season for the most part, giving them an opportunity to get some at-bats and some innings.
The 1-1 pitch. This is line to third. Gibson has it. And the Raiders go in order for the second time. On to the bottom we go. It's 1-0 Smithson Valley. Due up for Smithson Valley in the third. Allen, Miller, and Wells. And it's their 1, 2, and 3 hitters. We do have a defensive change as Colton Mott is coming in to second.
Yes, he is. So not only in the lineup batting, he did switch out, and he's obviously announcing himself to the field umpire so that he knows what's going on. Get the game changer up and running here so we can.
Mason Gonzalez back out to pitch the Ranger third.
Still to Rivas, Connor Thompson, Adrian Graves, Scott Knight. So only adjustment made was for Mott to come in at second.
Allen 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time up. He will take for ball 1. Miller on deck. 1-0, that's inside for ball 2. That's high for ball 3. That pitch high and outside for ball 4. And the leadoff gets on board, and I believe that is the first time this afternoon that Allen has actually reached base. No, it's the second time. He got hit by a pitch back in game 1.
Hey, do it one way or the other.
Other than that, he went 0 for 4. That'll bring up P.K. Miller. He is 0 for 1. He flew out to right field as well. That pitch inside for ball 1. One 0 bunted foul.
Yeah, slapping at that one there. He stabbed at that, just trying to get it in play.
Nona says the Raiders and the Boosters are the best, and indeed they are.
Yes, they are.
The 1-1 pitch shows bunt again, lays off. Driscoll up and looks Allen back to first. 2-1 the count to Miller. Gonzalez comes set. Throw over to first. Actually gets away from
Oh, yeah, just
Sanchez, but it stays so close.
sneak
Allen
one
wasn't about to take off.
No, not at all, not at all. As that was just
It's like
just a slow little roller out of his glove.
not going to make that base running a mistake. The 2-1. A bunt was laid down. Gonzalez has it, throw to first in time.
And he was able to, with the steal that he had, he was able to go from first to third without a throw from, as it just took a little while for that to unfold on the throw from Mason Gonzalez to Andrew Sanchez. Andrew Sanchez came off, and by the time he sees him, it was too late for him to even throw. So just like that, runner in scoring position.
It executed beautifully.
Yes, it was.
It'll bring up the catcher, Bryce Wells. He's 1 for 1. This is hit to left center. Connor Thompson has it. And that will
like that, as a
bring in a run on the sacrifice fly.
And as a result of that last bunt and then a hit deep into the outfield, it's an easy score for Smithson Valley.
Rangers extend their lead 2-0 over the Raiders as it brings up Aiden Verrett to help out his cause. And he drew a walk back in the first. He's 0 for 0. Cooper Gibson on deck. That is line to short. An outstanding play by Jacob Solis as he leaps and makes the catch to Rob Verrett.
Absolutely climbing the ladder. Jacob Solis timing that perfectly to make that snag. Wow. It's like he was going up for an alley-oop to dunk, and he absolutely got up there.
The Rangers get 1 run on no hits, and they leave them empty. On to the fourth we go. This game moving pretty quickly, Jonathan. Due up for the Raiders, Colton Mott, Jacob Solis, and Mason Gonzalez. Aiden Verrett makes his way back out to pitch the fourth. Jonathan Wilson in the house. I believe Charlie Rouse may have opted to go home. It might be too much sun.
Too warm for him.
I'm sure we'll be feeling it tomorrow. Jonathan and I are forced to stand the whole time.
Yeah, not because we don't have chairs. It's just the way the railing is set up, and then they have their banners on the railing. It takes away from our view. The railing's so high that we can't just sit and be able to see the game unfold and be able to call the game. So we are here standing. It's all good. It's all good. Part of the experience.
Mason Hunt,
baseball.
Go Jacob. Yeah, it was an outstanding play. Probably one of the better plays we've seen all season long.
Yeah. That reminds us of all those Rainer Heinrich Superman diving out of nowhere.
Against Alamo Heights and Cedar Park.
Yes. Yeah, it's like you think this is a base hit that's right up the middle, and there goes Rainer Heinrich into your screen from out of nowhere.
Superman.
Laying out.
That was outstanding play. Colton Mott getting his first appearance of the day. Verrett winds and deals. Fastball misses low for ball 1.
Colton Mott, that little firecracker.
Wells is going to call time. He's going to head out to the mound and share a little information with Mr. Verrett.
Extremely fast on the
Jacob
base
Solis.
path.
Jacob Solis on deck.
Oh, now we got.
He's taking something off his wrist. Maybe.
Is the earpiece not working, or? Oh no, they're swapping. Oh, okay.
Oh, plays. Oh,
yeah,
sure.
he. I guess they don't have the in-ear piece that's available to your catcher. Yeah, I don't see the little radio transmitter that we have. Something that was put in play last season, I believe.
Verrett winds and deals. This one down the middle for a strike, and that will even the count. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, Verrett standing on the very, very, very far third base side of the rubber as he delivers. Big lefty.
1-2. This is cut on, hit foul down the left field side, and look at Jack Doss with that dugout fielding percentage.
He's like, put me in, coach.
Do you see him jump? You see him get after that? Man, he's a dude. The 1-2, that's outside.
Oh, yeah, way outside.
For a ball 2, 2-2. On Andrew Burry, go Rouse, go. Saw Andrew a little bit of action in game 1 as he came in to right field. That pitch high and outside for ball 3.
Yeah, Joe Burry.
Joe Burry.
We were talking about that when we were down there. It's like, hey man, he's got a
junior, right?
Yeah. It's like he's got to know to go to second. I said, no. That's a runner on second. You're going as a right fielder. A ball hit like that. Granted, he did catch it.
The payoff pitch, that's high for ball 4. And Mott is aboard. A leadoff walk issued by Aiden Verrett.
Now batting, number 7, Jacob Solis.
Jacob Solis will make his way to the plate. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. Mason Gonzalez on deck.
Love to see a little shopping at the gap hit here from Jacob Solis. A little extra inning, extra
breaking ball. Wow. I can't believe he called that a strike. My goodness.
Yeah, and Jacob asked him, was that still a little high in the strike zone, or
the 0-1 fastball, same elevation, but this time it's a ball. Maybe it was the fastball. He liked that little bit of break on the curveball.
That one definitely had a little tail and did not drop in as much as it went out. So
try to figure him out. A 1-1. Pitch in for a strike. Now, I can't really complain. He called an inside pitch earlier that we thought nearly hit the batter. He called it a strike, and that was an inside
but
pitch.
Then proceeded to call the next one a ball that was a strike. So
the 1-2 pitch, and that will hit Gonzalez on the foot. Hit Solis on the foot.
Yeah, and Mott was breaking for second regardless, as it was going to be a hit and run potential opportunity there, but it was a hit and run.
Yeah.
It was a hit by pitch while the runner was taking off, right? So does that still count as a hit and run?
It'll work for me. Verrett from the stretch. First pitch outside to Gonzalez. Gonzalez flew out to right his first time up to end the first.
A quick little visit there from Wells to Verrett, trying to calm him down. He's now starting to get a little loose on some
Kell
of the
is going to call time.
And there you go, yeah.
Going to talk to his infield as the tying run is aboard.
Of course, a little early in the game for anybody to be getting loose, and I say that. We're in the fourth, right? So it's not, I guess, too early in the game for anybody to be getting loose, as this is a elimination game for Smithson Valley.
Yeah, it's win or go home for them.
Not that Coach wants to let this one get away from him. He'd love to set him down here in straight games and rest his guys to get ready for the next series against Seguin, but got to take care of business at hand.
Well, Verrett,
No outs,
Verrett
2 on.
He's not very deep into his.
No, he's very. He was 35 pitches going into this inning. But he is now starting to get a little deeper into.
Double steal, and there will be no throw. As Mott took off on the jump. My goodness.
And that was a ball called for ball 2. Knowing he had no chance of getting Mott at third, he was going to try to pop up and get Solis at second, but dropped the ball.
The 2-0 delivery. That's wow.
Low and away for strike 1.
My goodness, I can't believe that. I mean, that wasn't even close. See, that goes right back to it.
He came back to the same spot. Yeah, came back to the same spot. And hey, what do you know? It's a ball. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
3-1 the count to Gonzalez. Verrett comes set. The 3-1. That's inside for ball 4 to load the bases.
And again, no outs. And will they have somebody get up in the bullpen?
That is the second walk issued by Verrett.
No activity yet. I do not see anybody making their way there. And again, Coach Krimpine very, very vocal right now to his base runners. And with that walk.
So he wants to leave Gonzalez on.
He's going to leave Mason in there to run for himself, even though he's available for having a courtesy runner, which
you would think he'd bring Joe Burry.
Joe Burry in, yeah, for sure. But
breaking ball in for a strike. Thompson flew out to center his first time up.
Who's that? We got a pitch hitter.
That might be Ashton Preston if it's 22.
I can't tell. His arms are. He looks a lot younger.
The 0-1, that's outside for ball 1. That will even things up.
It just finally got him to turn around to get a number.
Nona says, bring them home. Work that magic, Nona. The 1-1 pitch. This is hit into left field. That will score 1. An RBI single for Connor Thompson.
That's Liam Mongold coming in. That's a new name.
Yeah, he's got a lot. He says nothing but great things about
Liam Mongold, number 23, has now entered for the Raiders.
Number 23, Liam Mongold.
And again, like I said, Coach was talking about this. I heard him having a little powwow with the guys down with the coaches. Hey, he's like, come in. And I sort of just exited stage left and let them have their discussion.
From Verrett, a swing and a miss for strike 1.
And Mott was one of those discussions on bringing him in, giving him some opportunity. And there were some other names thrown out that I do not know who they were. Obviously, Liam was probably one of them.
That is fouled off for strike 2. Well, these are guys that play JV1, and some of them are freshmen that are getting the opportunity to play. And Coach Krimpine looks forward to the future of these young men.
Yeah, next year is going to be
playing extremely well.
Crazy.
As all 3 teams were district champions. That pitch outside for ball 1. Mason Hunt, let's go, Liam.
Cooper Dye continuing to stretch and keep himself warm over in the bullpen. Not throwing yet, just doing some calisthenics.
The 1-2 pitch. This is hit.
Get down.
And it just goes foul.
Trying to go opposite field. I love the thought there. As that would have been a blooper right over first base, and
that
That would have definitely brought two.
Brought one. I don't know that it would have brought two, but
the thing is, with that kind of spin, right, it's going to spin away from the right fielder, first baseman, and the second baseman and go to the fence. So I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that even with Mason Gonzalez toting a trailer behind him, he would have got home. Just saying.
the 1-2 pitch. That one misses low and inside for ball 2, and the count evens up at 2.
So the only thing about these white jerseys, they're beautiful. Those gold numbers don't stand out for nothing. I can't see a number unless they're right here, you know?
Right. Well, they got it's the smaller number on the chest.
Yep.
So usually their left arm is blocking, so you can't see from this direction.
Exactly. But there's little black piping that goes around it, but it just does not make it stand out.
The 2-2.
That's
in there catching and looking for strike 3.
Yeah, that was a
strike all day long.
Strike. It's okay. That's the first out of this inning.
One away.
Still bases loaded.
Sanchez. Sanchez, 0 for 1. He flew out to left his first time up.
Being the ball well, though, right now is Andrew Sanchez. We had a good little discussion between games.
Bork at the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Let's make something happen, guys. Let's get another run home and start a new game. As the Rouse fans are saying in the stands. That pitch in the turf for ball 1 evens it up at 1. One. This is
the wind's going
high
to
to center.
That up.
Who will play it?
Oh, and it dropped. Yeah.
It's dropped. That will score the tying run.
Hey, that ball hung up there for so long. The center fielder came in, right?
Yeah.
Justin Fruscella was on it, and then he got called off by the left fielder.
No.
Miller
was in on it.
Miller.
Trey Morgan called him off. The left. Usually it's the center fielder that
needs to
make the call.
Outfield.
So that's going to be an E7.
Yeah, and he does. He comes in and cuts out in front of Miller.
Trey Morgan
hits off the heel of the glove and falls. Still bases loaded, still 1 out, and we have a new ball game.
That pitch in for a strike to Colby Driscoll. Driscoll 0 for 1. He grounded to first his first time up. But Scott Knight on deck.
Again, as high as that ball is hit with this wind right now, I mean, I'm not counting any of those out as an out.
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2.
All right, be ready, kid, because he falls into a quick 0-2 count. Does Driscoll. Of course, getting another opportunity here as he is the starting catcher, so seeing some more pitches than he's accustomed to.
The 0-2, that's high for ball 1. 1-2.
Heard Coach Krimpine just there. Relax. Just get up there and hit the ball, buddy.
Ferret comes set. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3.
Here's Scott Knight. Scott Knight gave him a nice hit earlier in game 1.
Scott Knight will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. Adrian Graves on deck. First pitch offering. That's outside for ball 1. The 1-0, a fastball. Wow. Where did that miss?
Based off of where he's been saying it, that was up in the zone, and he did not get called a strike. And
Interesting.
but again, very close.
2-0 the count. Knight shows bunt. He'll foul this one off for a strike. Because he called bunt, or he was going to bunt, and Coach Crimp told him no.
Well, he's done that throughout the year, though. 2 outs and not a bunt situation. I mean, he's got great speed, but he's not going to try to bunt for a hit here.
With 2 outs,
I think he's doing that just as a visual nuisance to the pitcher, right? To Verrett. He's just trying to throw his eyesight off. He can't see the mitt of the catcher, his focus point.
2 balls, 1 strike count as Aiden Verrett toes in. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball down the middle. And they'll take the count to 2-2. Deuces Wild with bases loaded. 6 of a kind, or not 6 of a kind, but two 3 of a kinds. How about that? I think.
Even Christina was like, she's cracking up over it. I can hear her. She's like, "Wow, that's a lot of deuces."
This is fouled back out of play. I don't know. I'm not a poker guy, so I'm just guessing.
That's just a lot of twos, y'all.
2 balls, strike, 2 outs with 3 on. How about that? Is that with Deuces Wild and 3 of a kind?
Deuces full of 3s.
That pitch inside.
Great
ball
eye.
3.
Great eye. Just like to see these guys seem to be very at ease. They're not swinging at a bunch of nasty pitches, right? They're not so feeling like they're pressed right now, and I like that. I like to see our batters in that frame of mind.
The payoff pitch, that is fouled back. Everybody running on the pitch. Knight having a great at bat right here.
And just spoiling pitch after pitch here. And again, that's what great hitters do. They just keep spoiling it until they find one that they can handle and then get it in play.
Rhett deals down the middle, catches him looking.
Oh, gosh.
The Raiders get 2 runs on 1 hit. They leave them loaded after 3.5. We're in a brand new game, 2-2.
Great opportunity there to really bring in more runs and just not able to get away. Again, we'll take our 2.
Against their ace.
We'll take our 2.
Aiden
right?
Verrett, the ace of the Rangers. So with that being said, we got a brand new game. And since I didn't get to say it at the beginning of the game, it's baseball time in Texas.
It's playoff baseball time in Texas.
There you go. It's playoff baseball time in Texas.
I like that one better.
You like that? All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me get it right then.
That's good.
It's playoff baseball time in Texas. As we are ready to get the bottom of the 4th underway, Mason Gonzalez on the mound, Colby Driscoll behind the plate. Due up for Smithson Valley in their half of the 4th, Cooper Gibson, Andrew Langsford, and Trey Morgan.
And they represent the 5, 6, and 7 batters for the Rangers. So middle to the bottom part of the lineup here.
Got some club ball players sitting in here from the action.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Action.
Georgetown action, I think. I don't know. There's several different action clubs.
Yeah,
right?
Action actually is right off their facility, is right off of Ronald Reagan. Caden played for them his junior and senior year. Well, going into his senior year, between the junior and senior year. Played travel ball with them and had a great time, great organization.
Cooper Gibson makes his way to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. That first pitch is cut on and hit foul. In on the thin part of the barrel.
Yeah, just out ahead of that one and just flicking it off the end of the bat.
The 0-1, that's high and outside for ball 1.
Trying to get that 12-6 breaking pitch there and didn't quite get the drop that he was looking for.
The 1-1, that's high for ball 2. Do have some activity going in the Raider bullpen. I'm assuming that's probably Cooper Dye. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's been getting warm for
I
a while.
Can't think, but
it's a lot of energy balled up in that kid right there. He's
2-1. That's high for ball 3.
I don't know that his motor ever stops, man. He was over there, pacing and then jogging inside the bullpen, getting ready to warm up. So
the 3-1 just misses outside for ball 4.
No doubt he'll be ready if his number is called, and that
Gibson will draw the leadoff walk.
Again, is that great-looking little pitch right on the outer half there that doesn't get called strike or in this particular at-bat.
Do have a courtesy runner,
Number
37.
37. Which is Jace Dixon. There you go. I beat him to it. Even though my phone was off. Yeah, Jace Dixon coming in to be courtesy runner. Or a pinch runner, right? Because it's Cooper Gibson.
This has popped up. Knight in on it. He makes the catch. An attempted bunt.
That goes awry.
Nothing that'll stress the coach out worse than that right there, right?
Oh, I know. I mean, you know they work on it over and over and over again. I mean, there's not a single at-bat where they're not working on bunt.
Right.
Right? It's like, hey, you're going to take 2 or 3 pitches, bunt them successfully before you get your regular at-bats, and I just see it so often. And when it matters, it's can't execute. Great thing it wasn't a hit and run, because that would have been 2 outs right there.
That pitch high for ball 1 to Trey Morgan. Morgan 0 for 1. He popped up, or he grounded short his first time up. Luke Schrader on deck. Coach Campaign's going to call time.
Quick little visit, and
that's going to be it for
Gonzalez. I wonder what he saw there. That I know, again, Cooper Dye has been ready. Now, Mason does stay in the DH slot. So he is marked as the first as pitcher DH. So he will stay in to hit for Cooper Dye. We'll just need to add him in here if you were to do that.
Steve's asking about the tower. Well, Mr. Kithill, seeing that you've been here numerous times, or at least a couple of times with me, that's that water tower that's over there in right field. Oh, my goodness. Mason Gonzalez goes 3 1/3.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give a quick little rundown here of Mason's afternoon. Of course, again, he does exit 2-2 tie, so not on the hook for the win or the loss.
Nobody's on. So.
And nobody is on, so. But again, does exit 3 1/3, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 3 walks on 52 pitches, 28 for strikes. So, again, pitch count was definitely not a concern here for him. Coach, knowing that he had Cooper Dye ready to go in the bullpen, allowed him to just make this a little bit earlier of a call. Of course, on the opposite side, what did I say? Verrett only had 35 pitches coming into that last inning. He threw 40.
Wow.
The last inning. He is now sitting at 75 pitches. So what one inning makes in difference.
Trey Morgan will stand in. He stands back in. He has a 1-0 count. That pitch in for a strike. A changeup.
That brings it even.
Die comes set. Breaking ball high for ball 2.
As Dye did inherit the 1-0 count.
Fastball. Wow.
And there is very little to not be seen from Kobe Driscoll, as there's been multiple times that he has done that pause and hold and just pops up like, oh my gosh, I just don't know why we're not getting a strike call.
That is fouled back, and that will take it to a full count.
And right here, right now, is a good spot here for Cooper Dye come in and announce himself into this game. Again, full count here. Best on best. New ball game, all tied at 2s.
Die comes set. The payoff pitch had his cut on and hit into right field. That'll be a base hit.
Just enough of that. That is no longer. So, yeah, it looks like not only we missed this, but not only did
Mongold
come in to hit, he is actually out in right field now for Adolfo Arribas.
Runners at first and second for Luke Schrader. 1 out.
Again, that is Liam Mongold, who is in right field.
Die comes set as he faces Schrader for the first time. Schrader is 0 for 1. He flew out to center his first time up. That pitch low for a ball. That is hit foul, and he almost gets one of the Raiders over there. Look to see who's.
Carson, no. That's Burry, Joe Burry.
Joe Burry can pitch too.
Yeah, and that's possibly what he's looking at doing right now, is just getting warmed up, getting his arm warmed up.
The 1-1 pitch, that is hit back up the middle. This could be 2. To second for 1. The throw to first.
Yes. Great job there. Jacob Solis takes the ball himself because he was so close to second. He touches and spins. The minute he spins, he's faced right with the base runner, who did not slide to get out of the way. It threw him off on his attempt to try to get the double play, and it's an automatic out call. Double play out of the inning. Great, great job, umpires, for getting that one right. And Jacob Solis knew it because he immediately pointed at that runner like, hey, man, I got to have the ability to make this throw, and he could not.
So the batter was ruled out at first because of the
Correct.
interference,
Which completes
even though
the
that
double
runner
play.
was already out. So it's almost like 2 outs on one player.
No, no. He wasn't out. It wasn't a fly ball.
No, I know that.
It was a
But
grounder.
Solis took it and stepped on the bag at second to get to force, and he started to make the throw at first.
Right.
So the runner was out at second,
and then the runner was out
and he caused
interference.
That
Right.
one guy caused 2 outs.
He caused 2 outs. Yeah.
So it's like he got 2 outs on himself.
Yeah.
That was my point. Just a little back and forth between Francis and Kaspar.
Advocates of the game of baseball.
They get no runs on one hit. They leave one.
All right, and on to the fifth we go.
On to the fifth we go. Due up for the Raiders in the fifth. Graves, Mott, and Solis.
We'll see if the offense can pick up where they left off.
Aiden Verrett back out on the mound to pitch the fifth for the Rangers.
Great thing is we are back to the top of the lineup. Adrian Graves to start us off here.
You like how he says that? Adrian
Graves. Well, he's definitely got a radio voice. Yeah, both of us having the same.
Graves will bunt this one foul.
Oh, looking like he saw something there. And
only thing is, my Carmex here is
melting. Oh, yeah, that's what happens in the wonderful heat.
In fact, it has melted.
Yeah, that's when you just dig in. Yeah.
Wind burn, swing and a miss.
Use it like the old Carmex that we would get in the tubs, right? And you just reach in there and.
0-2 the count to Graves. If stool was a little higher, I could sit down. The 0-2 pitch. This is hit. And it's goes foul down the right field side.
Into the brown turf. Warning track.
From the windup, the 0-2 pitch. This is hit over to third. Gibson has it. The throw to first in time, and that will retire Graves for out number one.
Making a better throw this time than he did in this same exact situation in the first inning where he overthrew his first baseman. All right, Colton Mott, second opportunity here.
First pitch, a swing and a miss for a strike.
Yeah. Disgusted with himself on that one. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
He chased one way.
Yeah, he did. It was high, and he tried to stop and could not as he spun around.
The 0-1.
Oh, and then he gets a strike call against a kid that is at best 5'5". That thing was well over his numbers.
The 0-2.
And then that's a strike. Yeah. I mean, wow.
Catches him looking for out number 2.
Yeah, but you can't let the umpire influence you. You know, you got to be ready. If you're going to step in the box, you got to be ready to pull the trigger. And he was still, you could tell he was still had it on his mind about the pitch before and was not ready.
That'll bring up Jacob Solis. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's hit into a fielder's choice, and he takes for a strike. The 0-1, this is hit foul.
Was not going to let a pitch go by again without offering at it, as that was another inside pitch. Is that Oscar? No.
The 0-2, that's fouled off. A pitch in on the hands.
Almost looked like Oscar Salazar, senior.
Oh,
walking.
haven't seen him in a few games. He's
Yeah,
made some
walking.
games this season.
Walking in there, so.
The 0-2. That pitch outside as Brett actually slipped. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. He's called that a strike.
That looked like yeah, he has called that. And again,
2-2.
I understand it's not, but gosh, it's just too close of a pitch to not be offering at it.
2-2. This is hit back up the middle. This is deep in the hole. And there will be no throw to first, and Solis will have a base hit. That'll bring up Gonzo. Gonzalez has flown out to right, and he has walked. He was left stranded at second back in the fourth.
Yeah, would love to see a big Gonzo double here.
Boy, he tattooed. That was the best hit of the afternoon for both teams. That pitch outside for ball one. That is hit into gap in left center.
Oh, and not able to. Was looking to go first or third on a hit and run. Oh, he was safe. They tried to snap throw in behind Jacob Gonzalez, but his foot was, or Jacob Gonzalez, wow.
Yeah, look at you.
Little merger of the two players on the field. Jacob Solis, they tried to snap throw over to get him, but his foot was on the bag, and he popped it. He's like, look, I got him. He's like, yeah, no, he was safe. The field umpire was all over it and was paying attention, so. But I was going to say, he was trying to get a little hit and run, first to third action, just not able to.
Thompson calls time as he stands in.
Not able to do so as old PK Miller was quick to get to that ball. It was very hard hit.
That pitch.
Called for a strike as it was a good breaking pitch that did come back in. And we're not right behind home plate, so difficult to say.
Mongold on deck. Brett checks Solis at second. Nobody holding on, and Thompson calls time. The 0-1, that's fouled back, and that will make it 2 strikes.
Hey.
0-2 count. 2 on with 2 outs. Barrett deals. Catches him looking. To end the Raider threat. They get no runs on 2 hits. They leave 2. After 4.5, we're still knotted up at 2. As Cooper Dye makes his way back out to the mound.
So Cooper didn't like the ball that was left out there. He elects to get a new one, but now both of them are right behind Colby Driscoll there, so we'll have to see if both of those make it back into his extra ball bag there that the umpire keeps on his waist. Defensively, still got Liam Mongold out and right. Scott Knight. Colton Mott. No other changes being made thus far defensively. So we will see now how things go. I know Joe Burry was getting stretched out earlier. We'll see if he continues to be ready in case needed. Again, still a 2-2 tie. Bottom of the fifth.
Okay, we have a pinch hitter, 21, hitting for Justin Frisella.
21. Which
Winds
is
and deals high and outside for ball one.
Jake Foray, who hit for him earlier in game one. So, and then Frisella came back in to
Allen on deck.
run when he got on.
The 1-0, that is cut on and hit over to second. Mott has it. The throw to first in time. That'll go 4-3 on the putout, route number one. That'll bring up Blake Allen. He is 0 for 1. He has flown out to right and walked.
Hey, good little
And
play
came
from
around to
Colton
score.
Mott.
I know.
His first play of this game. Moves to his right.
That pitch. He's called that a strike most all day.
Oh yeah, and they're not going to let him off now. The home team squad, or home team, it's not even a home team. The Raiders group is all over
their
it.
displeasure.
Yeah, they're all over it at this point.
Pitch misses for ball two.
They're going to let him know over and over again every time they see something that's different than what he's been calling, and just inconsistencies top to bottom today. And
a 2-0. That's a chopper back to die. He'll lob it to first, and that will retire Allen. 1-3 on the putout. 2 away.
you definitely always hate for that to potentially be a story of a game, right? Is just inconsistent
right
calls, and we'll leave it at that.
Well, it affects the pitchers and the batters, right? Because you're forcing batters to swing at
stuff they wouldn't normally.
Strikes, that
pitchers are trying to do what they're supposed to do and hit that spot, right? Hey, that's a strike. I'm going to hit that spot every time.
So, I mean, the onus is you got to make the adjustment. Mongold in on it. He makes the catch. And they go in order.
The two rookies coming in and making plays in this game, Colton Mott. And again, I say rookies, underclassmen, whatever we call them at this particular point, but their first opportunities in a varsity playoff game. I can guarantee you that.
After 5 complete, we're still tied at 2, on 2. The 6th we go, due up for the Raiders. Mongold, Sanchez, and Driscoll. Jonathan getting out his best, was his Neil Diamond?
Look at Carter May over there. Hands.
Yeah, look, we got him in the stands too. Got everybody going.
Yes, Carter May leading the way.
Yeah, look at him go. We got Smithson Valley doing it. No, they're not doing it. I was looking over there to see if their fans were. Blah, blah, blah.
So good. So good. So good. There we go.
Aiden Verrett back on the mound to pitch
and
the fifth.
They're even turning the music down whenever it's
so they go
people to chime in.
The fun you have at the ballpark, right?
This is the high school version of the 7th inning stretch, folks, if you hadn't quite gathered that. And
it's stretch time in Buda.
We do not have 9 innings, so we don't have a 7th inning stretch because then that's the end of the game. Potentially. Unless your New Braunfels go in and
I wonder
and
if
go
we
to
have an
extras.
updated score for Game 2 of Glenn.
I don't know if we have an updated score, Michael Francis. Let me ask if we have an updated score.
I'll bet Christine Hassanawat can take care of it.
That's exactly why I leaned over my fence in front of me here. And okay, so New Braunfels looking to try to take care of business. They're up 8-1 in the top of the fourth.
That's going to be a tough mountain to climb right there.
And we already know that's really the only game that's going right now of consideration because, again, Liberty Hill and Bernie Champion or have moved on to the area around in straight game sweeps. And New Braunfels trying to do the same as well as Rouse trying to do the same, although we are in a 2-2 tie here and looking to break that tie in the sixth.
That is fouled off down the first baseline for strike one.
So Liam, strikeout victim in his first at bat, not going to go down again without swinging that bat. I guarantee you that as he offers at the first
out looking.
Yep.
Verrett with 7 punch-outs on the afternoon. That pitch misses for a ball.
Oops. Helps if I did that accurately.
1-1. That's way outside for ball 2.
But again, still possessing enough patience to not just be so amped up at the plate to be swinging at wrong pitches.
The 2-1. This is fouled back for strike 2. Well, Montgold seeing the ball well.
Yeah, definitely swinging at what he should, but
Christina Diaz checking in. Hi, everybody. Hi. Let's go Raiders.
Hey, Mama Diaz.
The 2-2.
That was in the dirt.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was. He literally picked it up off the.
But he's done it.
Plate.
Consider he's done that to both teams. So he's just not very good behind the plate.
I understand it, The last guy wasn't very good either, Just we've had really good umps the last 3 or 4 series, honestly, and
that misses for ball 1.
Of course, the last 3 series, right?
Give it to Verrett. He's doing his job by hitting where the umpire seems to call most of his strikes.
Understood.
Not that he does it every time, but that pitch. See, to me, for
Andrew's height,
that is a strike, and he didn't call that.
Right, but he's calling that a strike against Colton Mott.
You're right, yeah. A 2-0. That's low for ball 2.
Darn near the same pitch that just got called strikeout on Mongold.
What he called a strikeout on Mongold.
Yes, sir.
And he doesn't call it. So it's the inconsistency.
Yeah.
That
we don't have the advantage because the ump and the catcher are both in our way of seeing height of a pitch.
That pitch in for a strike, and that will even things up at 2.
So really, all we have to base our assessment on is the catcher.
That's ball 4, and Sanchez will draw the walk.
And this will probably be a courtesy runner. Yeah, I see Coach immediately looking into the dugout. You know what I meant. And here he is. He's coming in to announce a pinch runner. Because, again, this is and that will be Mr. Dylan Glenn, coming in again. Did a bang-up job in the game 1 where he was able to create a balk situation, and that is it for Verrett.
Oh, that's going to be it for Verrett.
I have not seen anybody warming up. Number 40 will be the new pitcher, but I never saw him warming up. So,
how many pitches was Verrett getting at?
Adam De Hoyos. Adam De Hoyos, number 40. And it's DE space HOYOS. De Hoyos.
Adam De Hoyos.
Number 40. And that is going to be it for Verrett. Verrett was up against 103 pitches, so that makes sense why You know, he's already there. Now, granted, he's had a great game. Do you not let him go the last 7? You know? Oh, no. Hang on. That's not De Hoyos. Sorry.
No, De Hoyos is going somewhere else.
Yeah, De Hoyos is going to third.
So 9 is Cooper Gibson.
9 is the current third baseman, was the current third baseman. So Cooper Gibson now comes in to pitch, and his replacement is Adam De Hoyos. That's why we hadn't seen him warming up, because he's going to warm up right now with pitches. So, sorry, Verrett leaves the game going 5 1/3, allowing 4 hits, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Great outing. 103 pitches, 65 for strikes. So a really good outing for Verrett, considering, you know, he's going to go out of this with a no decision at this point, you know, in a 2-2 game. And we do have 4 hits versus 3 hits in this game. And do you have 3 errors on their not our defense?
I got 1.
Yeah, I had the E5 earlier.
2.
Yeah.
I've got 2.
You know, but how many did we have here?
Well, they're not doing it on scoreboard, so if the girls are keeping it in the dugout, they're not.
They are, and that's what I'm getting at, is that's 0. But they have
errors.
3 errors defensively for Smithson Valley.
Yeah, I got 2. I've got
No.
E5.
3 errors on Smithson Valley.
These are errors made by Smithson Valley.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, that's because that's our offense. Yep, I got you. I see our names over there. So 2 versus 3. Okay. So there's 1 extra on their part. So.
All right, Colby Driscoll at the plate. He is 0 for 2, and he will take for a strike.
Coach putting in the signs here for his guys.
Throw to first, not in time.
Of course, Dylan Glenn over there, big lead over at first.
Throw over to first.
And they're still trying to get him.
Trying to sell it.
He is, and again, he's got a big lead. And Verrett did go in at first. Obviously, you probably got that already. Gavin Parker is no longer there.
I didn't get that, but
let me make sure he didn't go someplace else.
That pitch misses for a ball. That'll even the count at 1. The 1-1 pitch, that's high for ball 2.
Okay, no other adjustments defensively for Smithson Valley Rangers as Verrett does return over to first. And
throw to first.
And they got him that
time.
And that's the one guy you don't want to have to come back to see, is that you know they've been throwing at you and throwing at you and throwing at you. And now you have to run back to the dugout just past Coach Crimpine after getting picked off. And you're the game-winning, the
go-ahead run.
Go-ahead run.
That pitch outside for a strike.
Yep.
On a pitch way outside.
And low, but whatever.
Deuce is wild.
We're just going to have to do the hitting.
That is fouled back.
I mean, again, it comes down to hitting, period. Don't let questionable calls be an option. Anything close, be swinging at it, try to get it in play, try to make something happen with it.
2-2. This is a monster shot hit foul. Had it stayed fair, it probably would have hit the fence or one-hopped it anyway.
Yeah, for sure. That hits off of the far end of the bat or the covered hitting area that they have. That is not a strike.
Raiders, in a roundabout way, go in order. So no runs scored, and we're still knotted up at 2.
Bottom of 6. Here we come, and
Due up for the Rangers in the bottom of the 6. Wells, Verrett, and Gibson. That's their 3, 4, and 5 hitters. So for the Raiders, you look, if we end up going into extras in this one, where we look at for arms, you still have Colby Driscoll available.
yeah, and he, obviously Carson Pruitt could come in and catch. You've got
Joe Burry.
Joe Burry, is going to be the next pitcher. I don't think we have any doubt there. But we've got plenty of arms. I don't think there's an issue. Jack Doss could come back in.
He's not going to do that, Dawson.
Understood. Just knowing that pitch wise,
and Science, for that matter, could come back in.
Right. Neither one of them, one at 64, the other one at 73.
Plus, you've got Adrian Graves.
And you have Adrian Graves, yes, sir.
Bryce Wells makes his way to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a sacrifice fly to center. First pitch offering. That pitch called a ball.
Called a ball. At this point, we're past talking about it.
Yeah, that's not even worried with it anymore. It's just that pitch wasn't a strike. He called a strike, so maybe that's a makeup.
Yeah, maybe.
1-1 the count. Breaking ball, high and inside for ball 2. Two one. This is hit to left. This is going to drop in for a base hit.
Adrian Graves playing really, really deep there again with the wind blowing in. It was a good hit. I'm not going to say that not going to say that wasn't going to drop in any situation, but at the same time, you got to now he's playing where he probably should have been playing. He recognizes that particular at bat and knows that he was playing too deep.
Aiden Verrett will come up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. That pitch called a strike, which has been where he's been calling strikes. He's walked and he's popped up to short. Cooper Gibson on deck. That pitch way outside for ball 1.
So I always love watching this on a catcher with a lefty batter. If you get a ball that's inside and low and you receive it and you can snap throw behind the batter, right? Snap throw behind the batter to try to get the runner at first, because the batter actually acts like a shield, and the runner at first doesn't have a clue that you're trying to do that. And
that pitch fouled off, tip foul back to the catcher.
Yeah, and again, it's got to be the perfect scenario to make that happen, but it's always cool to watch.
The 1-2 pitch, that's outside for ball 2. And Coach Kell leaving his catcher in, too. That is chopped on. That could be trouble. Lob over to first in time.
Caro's back in for Mott. Did not see that until now. Whenever I saw, I was like, wait a second, that looks like a different player. Christian Caro has come back in defensively and so has Adolfo Arias. So they are both back in this game defensively for the Raiders. Again, folks at home, they're allowed to do that. If you start the game, you are allowed to re-enter at any point in the game.
That pitch down the middle for a strike to Cooper Gibson.
So able to get the out there, but it acted just as same as a bunt, advancing the runner. Foul tip. Driscoll's just like, how did I not catch that? It's like, I had it. Spun out of his glove. That is strike 2 now.
The 0-2 pitch. This is hit to center.
Oh, and that's a double play.
A double play.
Easy double play. Connor Thompson with the play.
The 6.
Unbelievable play by Connor Thompson. Had an absolute bead on that ball. Great first jump. He's able to slide underneath it to make the catch. And from that point, it was just a lob over to second base to get the double play as the runner broke, expecting that to be a hit all the way.
On to the 7th we go, and we are still scoreless. I mean, not scoreless, but tied up at 2.
Should be scoreless. 0-0, 2-2. It's all the same at this point.
2 up for the Raiders. Knight, Graves, and Caro. That is your 9, 1, and 2 hitters.
Yeah, that's got to put a smile on anybody's face. But Coach Thompson was over there grinning ear to ear, just giving high fives to everybody with his, said, that's my boy. That's my boy. He pulled a Jaime Caro, right? He said, that's my boy.
What an outstanding play by Connor Thompson. He's not paying no mind.
No, you ain't paying attention. Tend to walk a little taller after that happens, right? As a dad.
Yep.
You know it. You've had those moments.
Absolutely.
I've had those moments.
Cooper Gibson back out on the mound to pitch the 6th. He came on in relief of Aiden Verrett. Comes in to pitch the 7th. He came in relief of Aiden Verrett in the 6th.
All right, here we go, folks. Scott Knight is back in to lead us off here in the 7th. Again, the 9-1-2 batters back to the top of the lineup.
That is hit down to 3rd. That is played by De Hoyos. Throw to first in time.
Of course, that's the first defensive play that we've seen from De Hoyos, having just entered the game an inning ago.
That pitch in for a strike down the middle. Arribas has reached on an error. He is lined to 3rd and grounded out to 3rd.
Adrian Graves.
Yeah, Adrian Graves. What did I say? Arribas?
Yeah.
Graves. I'm sorry. Adrian Graves. The 1-1 pitch. That is fouled back and out of play for strike 2. The 1-2. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And Mr. Gibson is having a time on the mound since he's come on in relief. Christian Caro. Caro. He's almost got that Italian sound to it.
Yeah.
That pitch in for a strike. The 0-1. That is lifted high to short. Blake Allen in on it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it for the Raiders' 7th. They go in order. On to the bottom we go. Cooper Dye making his way back out to the mound to pitch the 7th. Due up for the Rangers in the bottom, Langsford, Morgan, and Schrader. I don't see any other defensive changes. Reeves back at right. Graves in left. Solis at short. Knight at third. Cotto at second. Sanchez first. Driscoll behind the plate. Connor Thompson.
Yeah, Driscoll.
It's there.
Exactly right. No changes. All right. Everybody's getting Cooper Dye fired up, boys. He's got the head pumping, ready to go to shut these guys down and take it to extras.
Langsford is 0 for 2. He has struck out and popped up the third. He'll hit this one in the gap to short. Played by Solis. Throw to first in time. 6-3.
One pitch, one out. We said that several times this evening.
That'll bring up Luke Schrader. He's hit into a fielder's choice, and he has popped up or flown out to center.
Yeah.
That pitch just outside.
That's Trey Morgan.
Who did I say?
You said Luke Schrader.
Schrader. I'm sorry. I'm looking over here, and I'm getting them mixed up.
Okay.
Right.
I was like, wait a
Trey
second.
Morgan.
Did I? Oh.
All right, so Trey Morgan has grounded to short, and he is singled. And he was called for interference.
And he takes first pitch ball and swing and miss on the second pitch to even the count at 1.
Breaking ball high for ball 2. Two on the count to Morgan. This is hit to right, and this is going to drop in for a base hit. He slips and falls.
Oh, fire it back to first would have been.
No, there wouldn't have been a play.
Oh, man.
Morgan's just been pretty solid all evening long. You know, he went for 3 for 3 in the first game.
Yeah, and he does it.
And here he goes
with
2 for 3.
Flash, right? I mean, he give me base hits, you know, just dinking and dunking all around the field. And
now that brings up Luke Schrader. He's hitting to the fielder's choice, and he's flown out to center. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah.
One on with 1 out. The walk-off run, or the go-ahead run. Oh. Yeah, the walk-off, if he scores, it'll be in the 7th.
Gale says, hey, man, what we're swinging at? Let's be selective here. Let's think about what's happening. You know, it's a tied game. We're not chasing a run, right? So Be a little bit more selective. Make sure what it is. Make sure you like it before you offer at it, because he did. He swung at a pitch that was way out of the zone. And
that pitch outside for ball 1. 1-1. One pitch. That's in the turf for ball 2. Throw to first, not in time. Two one. That is foul. That'll even the count at 2. Two. This is
it's a hit.
shopping at the gap, as you like to say.
Well, not quite. I like to say shopping at the gap when it goes all the way to the fence. It gets through the gap.
Well, it was
Connor did a great job of cutting that one off, but he definitely hit it in that direction. And yes, we do see
winning run. Standing at second. 2 on with 1 out.
Joe Burry is getting warmed up now.
For Justin Frusciella, who's hitting for himself again.
And again, we've got a
Blake Allen on deck.
Double play alive here.
Breaking ball sails high for ball 1.
As we've had quite a few double plays by the Raider defense this evening. And yep, Coach Krimpine making his way out.
That's going to be it for Cooper Dye.
It is. Great job, and in will come Joe Burry.
This will be our first opportunity to see him pitch.
It will. Coach has talked him up a bit, said he's got some really good velocity and a great breaking pitch. So, again, yes, our first opportunity to see him. Now, granted, he's probably had many innings this year, non-district games. We have not seen him in a district game, so it's very likely that he has seen some non-district innings. And quick little visit there from Colby Driscoll, letting him know what this guy likes and doesn't like. Very short conversation.
Cooper Dye goes 3 innings.
Yeah, and we'll do a quick little recap here for Cooper Dye. Cooper Dye does exit the game, as mentioned, going 3 full innings, allowing 4 hits, 0 strikeouts, 0 walks on 37 pitches, 22 for strikes. So he goes 1/3 less of an inning than Mason Gonzalez and throws 15 less pitches. And again, Mason Gonzalez exits the game with only 52 pitches. Not a lot in comparison to Verrett, who only went 2 innings longer and went to 103. So you just never know, right, what's going to happen inning to inning. And, when you have that big inning against you, or you have those quick little 3 up, 3 down, and on 9 pitches, anything's possible. So
Frusciella in a 1-0 count. as he stands back in facing Joe Burry for the first time this afternoon. Burry from the stretch. Checks Morgan back at second. That pitch will go to the backstop. It's a wild pitch, and the runners will advance the go-ahead run, or the winning run, just 90 feet away. Two 2-0 the count to Justin Frusciella. Burry goes to the windup. The 2-0 pitch. That's low and away for ball 3. The 3-0. That's in for a strike.
Well,
which I thought it was a little high. Frusciella thought it was a little high. He took off down to first.
Again, can't say nothing because
No,
we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know for sure. The 3-1.
Same pitch. Same pitch, a little bit lower than what we just saw.
Base is
Ball
loaded.
4. Again, we don't know, folks. We don't know. That's all we can say at this point.
Blake Allen stands in. That first pitch, a fastball down the middle for a strike. Allen has walked. He's flown out to right, and he's grounded back to the pitcher.
Check swing.
Check swing. It didn't go around.
Did not go around, and there
Ball
will
1.
not be an oh, there is an ask for an appeal. Okay, that's it. That's good. The home plate umpire looked for the appeal. Maybe he did. Maybe Driscoll did ask while he was picking that ball up, but he didn't go around.
The 1-1 pitch. Fastball low.
Yeah, low for sure. Look at Jonathan Wilson. He's like, I'm done recording.
2-1. Oh, this is going to get by. That's going to be your ball game. Smithson Valley has tied this series up. We're even at 1. So we will be right back here on Monday night for a 7 o'clock game start. Hopefully, we'll have our software issues taken care of, and they walk it off in the bottom where Allen reaches on the error made by Jacob Solis, which could have been a potential double play ball had he fielded cleanly.
They were not at double play depth, so he was way in. So that was literally a that was going to be a field it and cut him off at home, right, and just get the out and make sure of that before worrying about it. There was definitely not a double play. So recap here. Obviously, your final 3-2 is a loss to Rouse, evening the series at 1, and we will again, as Michael Francis just mentioned, see you on Monday evening, where we hope to have everything up and running properly for you to view at home with all 3 back here again, though. And that does finish Joe Burry, no innings, allowing just the 1 hit, which it really, that error there, but, again, not calling what it is. Cooper Dye does go 4 innings, so 3-2, though, is your final, and we'll look to be back on track with a good intro and a good start and a full normal routine announcement and broadcast that we're used to giving for y'all on Monday night.
So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up pretty quickly here. It'll take us a while to get everything all break it down. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching playoff baseball here on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis. He's Jonathan Kaspar. We'll see y'all Monday.